Very, very, very different emotions around London after today's results. When I woke up early this morning and I watched the Arsenal game, obviously I'm hate watching. I'm ready to watch Arsenal somehow slip up a Chris Wood header in the back post, something I can grasp onto. It was never going to happen, right? With Forrest and getting his first game, only been in the job a week, maybe. Players at international break, coming back, not really having a full training session. I didn't expect Forrest to do anything in this game. And the way Arsenal started this game, the way Arsenal played that first half, they were on it. Madueke saw that Morata. First of all, when I saw Morata start at left back, I said, just feed Madueke the ball all game. It doesn't matter how many times he fails a dribble, just keep giving him the ball, because there's no way this 6'4" mega center back can even contend with Madueke's pace and trickery on the right wing. And he couldn't. They just kept feeding him the ball and he just kept punishing Morata every chance. Cut in, left foot, cut in, right foot, get a corner. He was having his way with him, just dribbling past him at will. Right? And that's how the first goal kind of comes about. The corner comes in, edge of the box, and I'm watching Zubimendi and I'm thinking to myself, he's not going to score this, is he? And he just laces a perfect clean strike. I know it's straight down the middle of the goal, takes a slight deflection, and that kind of throws Sales off. But it's a great strike regardless. I'm not going to look at that as a goalkeeping error or a mistake or anything like that. It's not a save he should make. It's a save that, only maybe the top three goalkeepers in the world would still be able to adjust to and save. But it's a great strike, all things considered. And from that point on, I'm thinking, oh, they're just going to step on the next at this point. You've already seen the success that you're getting from Madueke, taking on Morata time and time again. And even when Murillo goes down and they move Morata inside, they bring on Savona at right back, and then Nico Williams goes to left back. I'm still thinking, cook him. You still get joy from attacking down that right wing, and they just kept doing it, and they kept succeeding. It was so prevalent that I was asking myself, wait, is Eze? Didn't they sign Eze too? Why is he not touching the ball? But when your winger is doing that much damage, just keep feeding him until he flops and it's not working anymore. Keep using it. And when the ball went to Eze, the times it went to Eze, you see the class, you see the quality, what Arsenal fans have been crying out for on that left wing. We need a creative play. We need a winger. We need a top-class winger. And I know they wanted Leao. They wanted Nico Williams. They wanted whoever. It fell through. But what you get with Eze is more than, those other guys. Yeah, he doesn't have maybe the pace and trickery at speed of a winger. But this guy, as a left 10, as a left inside attacking midfielder, man, this guy's good. This guy's good. The touches, the flicks, the inside one, the combinations he had with Calafiori the entire game until both of them came off was incredible. There was a time the ball gets played to Eze on the byline, and he just flicks it and just sends Calafiori through on goal. Not through on goal, but through in behind for his defense. That's the kind of quality that this guy can give you. Now imagine when Rice is starting from the go, and you have Zubimendi and Odegaard. Obviously, he went out with the shoulder injury. Hopefully, he's better. We saw him play for Norway, so I'm assuming it's not too serious. But let's see what the timeline is for that. And then Saka when he's back. If not, Madueke is still there. When they have all those pieces together, what does this Arsenal attacking, front six kind of look like? Because from what I saw against Forest, it could be fluid. You could be having a lot of situations where Declan Rice makes that underlapping inside run as he plays him through on goal, or Madueke and Odegaard are combined. You can do different things with this Arsenal setup. Or if Odegaard is injured, you play Declan Rice and Eze as your CMs. You play Madueke on the left, you play Saka on the right. So they have a little bit more options. I know when Madueke was signed, Arsenal fans are looking like another Chelsea reject, another Chelsea. But he's looking good. He looked good in the international break. He's looking good now, right? My only worry for him is when Saka comes back and he inevitably, gets put to the bench. He's gonna lose confidence. He's gonna lose kind of that spark that he's shown in this first couple weeks, this first month, really, this month of September as a whole. He's gonna lose that kind of spark. Hopefully not, but let's see. And also just kept pressing and pressing and pressing. But what I noticed from Arsenal was they weren't really creating too many clear-cut chances, right? The Gyökeres goal, it's a great long ball over the top. I think it was Mendy or I can't remember who played it. Eze, great touch. It's an error from Savona. Yes, he misreads the fly of the ball, but that's his first time left-footed pass into the path of Gyökeres. That's just class. That's not an easy pass to make on your weak foot. Those are a lot of wingers when they try to make that pass, it gets gobbled up by the keeper. Right? They don't put enough power in it. They don't put enough curve on it to spin it away from the keeper. That's what Eze can give you. That kind of class. Not to throw any dirt on his name, but that kind of position right there, Martinelli is not resulting you in a goal. Right, and I think that's what Arsenal fans have been crying out for. We need more from that left. We cannot keep running Saka to the ground every time, forcing all our play to the right wing, hoping for the best. We need more on that left side, and that's what Eze is going to give Arsenal going forward. He's not a traditional left winger. He's not Nico Williams, Rafael Leao, all these guys that they wanted, but he can be just as effective as a lot of these guys, I think, in that Arsenal system, or Arteta system. And then Mendy gets his second. I think he only has 12 career goals. 2 of them came today. So it's a great, great day for him. He had a bit of a slow start. Struggled against United, struggled against Liverpool, as most teams probably would. But he kind of found his footing a little bit in this game. He didn't really do too much defensive work, but he offered them things going forward, which is still important. So credit to Arsenal. Every single signing that they made that's played in this game was exceptional. Zubimendi, Madueke, Gyökeres, Eze, all of them performed 7, 8, 9 out of 10 in this game. That's what Arsenal fans want to see. We signed all this depth. Can this depth also perform? And it's performing. So credit to them. But then we switched to the other side. Actually, before we do that, I know Arsenal won this game 3-0, but Nottingham Forest had way too much possession. They didn't really do anything with it, but they had way too much possession. Elliot Anderson, for the most part, ran the game, which was bizarre to me. I couldn't believe Arsenal just allowed Forest that much possession. Maybe because they were leading or whatever it was, but it was just too much of Elliot Anderson and Gibbs White and Hudson-Odoi popping the ball around. They didn't really create anything in the game, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But too many times, often, when Arsenal take the lead, they kind of let the other team just have their way, feel their way into the game. And I don't like that they do that. I mean, obviously, I like it because it hurts the chances of winning the league, but Arteta needs to be more aggressive. Don't allow teams to get comfortable on the ball, to feel the ball around. Continue giving the ball to Madueke and let him run his defender ragged. But that's me just nitpicking. Arsenal played a great game today. Very impressive from all the signings, and a very well-deserved 3 points, especially in a difficult early kickoff after the national break. All your players went on break. Great performance from Arsenal. Now we move to the other side of London and Chelsea. When I saw that lineup and I saw Tyreek George and I saw Jamie Gittins and Pedro Neto, and the thing about Chelsea is, guys, yes, they signed all these players, all these young players, but I'm going to be so honest with you, none of these signings inspire me. None of these players inspire me. I don't look at any of these players and I think I would hate to face these players. All these players are so scary to come up against. João Pedro today did nothing. Absolutely nothing. All of Chelsea did nothing until Cole Palmer came on. When I saw that first goal coming from Kevin Schade, I'm thinking to myself, this again. The same Chelsea that we saw last season. hot and cold from game to game. Inconsistencies. You don't know who's going to perform this week. You don't know who's going to perform next week. It looked like the same. And for 60 minutes, it was one of the most pedestrian performances Chelsea have put in this season or this year. And I know from January to May last season, Cole Palmer didn't really do anything, and Chelsea were kind of sputtering and stuttering. But after the Conference League final, they just continued to improve. Yes, the disappointing result against Crystal Palace. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, international break, they come back, you've got some new signings in, go again. Cole Palmer's on the bench, galvanize the boys, put on a performance. They were terrible. Brentford looked like they had 12 players on the pitch in this game. Every time Sanchez wanted to play quick, there was Yarmouk, there was Shada, there was Jensen. There was always somebody just pressing a Chelsea player, nicking the ball off them, and then starting the new counter attack. Every single, and just silly errors, like when the ball gets played to Thiago, he's almost through on goal. Tosin intercepts it and then just plays the ball back to Brentford. That kind of mental lapse, those mental lapses I see with Chelsea so much. It's why it's so difficult for me to say that they can win this league. Yes, I have them maybe in cup competitions where they can, kind of on the off game, one or two legs, they can win. But over the course of the season, there's just too many inconsistencies, too many immaturities, too many errors, right? Starting from the keeper. The keeper is error prone. The defense, you can't trust the defense. And then the forward line, you can't really trust that they'll produce on a consistent basis. Chelsea did nothing for 60 minutes until Cole Palmer came on the pitch. Cole Palmer comes on the pitch, and all of a sudden, Enzo Fernandez looks like a player again. The only player on Chelsea that actually performed from start to finish was Caicedo. And when he gets that what we think is a winning goal, I'm like, Chelsea don't really deserve this win, but credit to them. Credit to them for at least getting something. And then Fabio Carvalho does what he seems to always do. He always seems to score like game-tying, game-winning, last-minute, like last gasp goals. Like he's done it for Liverpool before. Now he's doing it for Brentford. And 2-2 was a fair result. I can't sit here and say that Chelsea deserved to win this game. If anything, I think Brentford deserved to win this game more than Chelsea because of how they played. Brentford played to what I felt was their maximum. What was their maximum level? That Brentford team cannot play. Maybe they can, but from what I see in that squad, I don't assume they can play much better than that. Right, but that performance against any other team, the Fulhams, the Leeds, the Burnleys, that's a win for the most part, right? But against Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, you might not see it over the line. But Chelsea were just so poor, and now that's 2 draws already this season, right? If Liverpool win tomorrow, which I think a lot of people were expecting them to do, you're already 4 points behind in the title race. This inconsistency in this squad, and it's a young squad. I understand that it's a young squad. It's a young manager in terms of his coaching experience, so you can expect them to have these kind of slip-ups, these errors, and these. But when you spend all this money on these players, when you spend this much money in the last 5-10 years, people don't want to see errors anymore. They want to see results. Me, I don't judge this Chelsea team and think to myself, oh, these guys are all 20, 21, 22. I think to myself, these guys cost 50 million. This guy costs 60 million. This guy, and you have X amount of these players. So produce with these players. Stop having hot and cold games. Games where you're just, wow, look at one of the best teams in the world. You beat PSG and you just wipe the floor with them. Then the next game, you get outplayed by Brentford. Like, that cannot continue happening, and Enzo Maresca needs to address that. And I think, yes, they have some injuries, but from what I see in this Chelsea team, they don't really have a 9. Right, Delap is injured, but he's not really proven at this level. João Pedro, he had a great start, but he's not really proven at this level either. He's really not. Like, we remember him at Watford, remember him at Brighton. He's not a lights out number 9. Now he's more of a half 9, half 10, inside forward kind of spaces guy. You don't really have goals in this Chelsea team. Right? They will score goals because they have talented players, but they don't have any proven players. Estevao will come in, yes, you perform well, but you're not relying on a 17, 18-year-old to do all these things for you. Pedro Neto, hot and cold, blows hot and cold literally every game. Gaines and Garnacho, kind of the same scenario. It's really only Palmer that you look at and you say, okay, this is the one consistent, attacking option that we have that will always produce something for us. And even from January to May, didn't score, a goal in open play. So it's a struggle for me with this Chelsea team to say, okay, this game to perform well, this game to perform well. I'm just crossing my fingers. Maybe they play well this game, maybe they play well next game. But there's no consistency, and there's no guarantee that it will just continue to be a productive performance from them. But credit to Brentford. More than I know, I've been talking about Chelsea's side of things for a while, but credit to Brentford because they played a great game. Like I said, they can't really play much better than this. If they did, there would be a European contending team in the Premier League. That was a great performance, great energy shown, great grit. Even when they went down to that Caicedo goal, great grit. When Cole Palmer equalized, they were still playing their game. They were still trying and fighting, right? And I said Keith Andrews was going to be one of my first managers to get sacked, but what I'm seeing from him in the last couple games, last couple weeks, is showing me that okay, maybe this guy can show us a little bit more than we expected. He can do a little bit more than I expected, right? Has them in 12th position right now. They can just stay around that position. If they can just see out the months of September, October, and just hover around anywhere from 10 to 13, 14, I think then they'll start to kind of pick it up. I think this have great players in their team, like talented players that can offer things going forward. Good defenders, Collins, Pinnock, those kinds of guys. Still good Premier League proven players, enough to keep you in the Premier League. But just continue to start and just continue maintaining, the kind of the status quo of what Brentford have kind of done in the last 4 or 5 years, and I think they can be able to stay in this league. But a great high for Arsenal and just a low for Chelsea. The two sides of London that we kind of saw in this title race, the two teams we expect to win, one trophy or the other, and just polarizing ends to their matches and polarizing ends to their day. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about both teams. Arsenal in their impressive win against Forest, and then Chelsea drawing away to Brentford. I will be here. I will jump into videos tomorrow. Liverpool, obviously, I'm reviewing every Liverpool game. And then also the Manchester Derby, I will be reviewing that game as well. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Comment below your thoughts, and I will see you very, very soon. Peace out.